There you go, a real easy one there, look. And these things are crispy on the outside, but you know, they are hot. They are fluffy on the inside like a baked potato. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. You know, everybody loves potato wedges. We're doing wedges. Here you go. Got some potatoes on here. There you go. They've been washed and dried. Give them a little washing over and then just pat them dry with kitchen towel and leave them to dry. There you go. There's our potatoes. Right, here we go. Nice and straightforward. Take your potato. You want some wedges. Okay, up to you how you do it. You want wedges, okay? Nice and straightforward. In there, in there. Now by putting the cut side down, obviously the potato is not moving, okay? Okay, take yourself a microwavable box, bowl, anything like that, and get your taties in there. We need to be adding about a tablespoon of water to there because you'll microwave and steam. We've got a lot of potatoes here, look, not to worry. Let's overcrowd it. So we've got a lot going on there, look. A loose cover in the microwave, 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, we're going to check them and we might turn them over and put them back in for 2 to 3 minutes. And we will stick a knife in just to see that they are slightly softened but still firm. Now with oven cooking today, you can cook in the air fryer, not a problem. Because we're already doing 5 to 7 minutes in the microwave, using the air fryer or the oven, the cooking times are roughly the same. Oven is on at 220, okay, C. Now don't forget, all the ingredients are in the description. Click on them all under the comments and it drops down. It's all there. It will give the Fahrenheit temperature for everybody across the pond or wherever. Not a problem. So we're going to use the oven because so many people said they don't have an air fryer. There you go. Okay, let's have a look at those. There you go. They're starting to cook. They're a little bit warm, so watch yourself. Move them around a little bit and they're going back in. I'm going to give them 2 minutes only in there. Okay, back in. On there, lid off. Let them steam dry a couple of minutes, okay? A couple of minutes. Okay, grab a bowl and you want your potatoes in the bowl, okay? Your wedges in there. We need to prep our wedges. Salt, as much as you want, entirely up to you. Now you can give those a little shufty around. In there, corn flour, cornstarch, or potato starch. We want a little coating on there. I want to give it a mix up. Just leave them about a minute and that is going to stick to there, and then we're going to add about a tablespoon and a half of oil, chuck them on our tray and chuck them back in the oven. A little bit of oil. Coated. Got flour everywhere, but not to worry. That's only a one of those. We're not bothered about that. hot tray. You'll be very careful. Potato wedges on there. Try and get the cut side down if you can, it doesn't matter. And then whack it in the oven 12 minutes. Then we're going to turn them and then back in the oven. Let's just clear this flour away from here. And we are just going to make a spice mix, which is a bog standard spice mix. It's in every recipe book going for potato wedges. Everybody uses more or less the same spice mix. However, you can use anything you like. In there, paprika. However, I'm using smoked paprika to give that smoky taste. Some onion powder, garlic powder, a little bit of salt, some black pepper, chili powder or cayenne, up to you. That is a bog standard seasoning mix. Now you can add chicken salt if you so wish, or you could put chicken powder in there. That is up to you. We want a dip to go with this. It's the simplest dip that you could ever make. A Greek yogurt in there. We want a couple of tablespoons or so of Greek yogurt. Depends how much you want as a dip. So we're going to go that much. Pick what sauce you want. Do you want this Louisiana Ingham sauce, Frank's hot sauce, or good old sriracha? And obviously we use a lot of that here. So it's going to be sriracha. As much or as little as you like. Give it a mix up. Give it a taste. Adjust accordingly. Now you could put anything in here. Absolutely anything, but we're sticking to the most simplest dip possible. Now we'll have a little pinch of sugar in there. Got a little bit of sour from the yogurt. We got a little bit of sour from that hot sauce. There you go. Now you can add a splurge of ketchup in here if you want. Give it that underlying tomatoey flavour. Okay, wedges out of the oven, back in that bowl. I've just chucked the tray back in there. Right, you want a little bit of oil on these. Not much. I'm going to give that a nice little chucking over like that. And we want to go over there with our spices. And we want to give it a good chucking over again. Get it all evenly distributed over our wedges. And we'll chuck it back on the tray and chuck them back in. Here we go, on there. Nice and steady. In the oven between 8 and 10 minutes, but check them at 8 minutes. We don't want any burning. And if you want to turn them over, turn them over. Okay, when you've had your time, they can come out there. We don't want to burn the spices on there. There we go, we got these beautiful wedges, nice and crispy, and you can tell they're fluffy inside. Now, your final, you can just serve that if you want, but for me, come on, we're going back in this bowl. This is chicken salt, Aussie's own. Nice little bit of flavour on there, nice little bit of saltiness. Beautiful. Nice little turnover. Listen to those. Right, this you might not be able to get, but it doesn't matter, you can sprinkle Parmesan. This is Parmesan powder. Now basically what it is a percentage of Parmesan which has been freeze dried with some oils and all the rest of it. But you know, it's ideal for chucking over stuff like this, you know. I don't know why I got that. There you go. Listen to those. So now we got that saltiness, that Parmesan. Let's serve it up. Come on, get your wedges on there. Ho ho ho. Crunchy, crunchy. There you go, a real easy one there, look. And these things are crispy on the outside, but you know, they are hot. They are fluffy on the inside like a baked potato. Outstanding. There you go, nice straightforward easy potato wedges. Bog standard seasoning which everybody uses, but you know, you can change it. Add whatever you like. You know, if you like garam masala, just put garam masala on. Change out the dip. You don't have to use yogurt. You know, you could use sour cream if you like it, mayonnaise, anything like that. It doesn't matter. These are fabulous. There you go. There you go. Very easy how to do potato wedges. Start them off in the microwave. You don't have to pre-boil. Get them in the oven. Done. Make yourself a dip. Seasoning of choice. Just salt if you want just salt. Put salt on. Seasoning of choice. Potato wedges done. Easy as that. So simple. Nice little crunch on the outside. Very fluffy on the inside. I mean, very fluffy, like a baked potato. Look at that in there. Absolutely fabulous. There you go. Simple, easy recipe. If you like what we're doing, big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell. Catch you in the next video. Amazing.